This is Kamp Kenan.
What's happening here? Hanging out with Scotty Cranmer in New Jersey. Big boy's off out there as well. And as
take over work.
yeah, no doubt. As promised, we're going to set up this cute little egg that was just laid by his Musk turtles.
Oh my God!
Look at how tiny that is. So Scotty doesn't have an incubator, right? So basically, we're just going to put this little guy here. So what we're going to do is we got this little Rubbermaid container. Okay, no big deal. So I'm going to just put a little hole in there for ventilation. Right, you get one hole. Let's do another hole, right like this. You can poke holes however you can do it, nice and easy. But I just want some ventilation. That's it, right? So we went to our local home improvement center and bought some vermiculite. All right,
Vermiculite.
And vermiculite. Now,
what is vermiculite used for before you put it?
Put turtles.
Yeah.
It's so good you asked that, Scotty.
I'm curious.
Okay, that's why we're doing this. Vermiculite's actually used in horticultural applications.
Horticultural. Okay.
Yeah, when you're messing around with orchids, things like that, you put it into the soil and it keeps the soil aerated and it keeps it from becoming impacted. But what tortoise and turtle and reptile people use it for is a cool incubation substrate. So we're going to put the egg slightly buried into the vermiculite, but it holds moisture, which is what we want. So that's what we're gonna do now. Now listen, for those of you at home, I've been doing this for years. I can do it for feel. But what you would do is you would measure the vermiculite in the container it's gonna be in dry, okay? You'd get a weight, and then you would add that weight of water in a container. You put that, and it's 1-to-1 ratio by weight, water to vermiculite. But we don't have a scale here.
And you put the water in after the vermiculite?
You put the water in after vermiculite, mix it around. Well, I'll show you what we do.
Okay.
We're gonna just go ahead and do this. All right, I'm just gonna get some vermiculite. And I want the vermiculite, you see how it's just underneath those holes?
Yeah.
See that, guys? Just underneath the holes, because you want some aeration. And so I've already gotten some water simply right here. This is super duper easy. You could do this, I'm just gonna add a little water like that. Very simple. And I'm gonna use my spoon and we're gonna mix it. We're gonna mix it around. And I do this by feel. So that's gonna be the right, you want the right humidity. With water turtles, you're looking between 65 to 75% humidity. Now, again, guys, this species is from New Jersey. Okay, so it's from New Jersey. You don't have an incubator. We're gonna just let Mother Nature do her thing. Now, usually under perfect circumstances, this animal's gonna be at 65 to 75% humidity, ambient humidity, and it's gonna be at about, you wanna incubate at about 82 degrees over the consistency. So let me feel this. I wanna just kinda feel this, See when it clumps together? Feel that with your hands there, mate. Just feel how moist it is, but it's not sopping wet. All right, so when you squeeze it, no water is coming out. I'm squeezing really hard. No water's coming out. It stays clumped, but it's moist now.
And why do you keep it at this proper level between being dry but still moist?
Because basically, even though reptiles conquered the land, okay, amphibians need to lay their eggs in the water in order for them to hatch. Reptiles created that nice hard shell. Some turtle eggs are leathery shelled, some are hard shelled. Musk turtles have a hard shelled egg. You want there to be enough moisture around the egg so that the embryo developing inside doesn't desiccate, which means dry out. There is transfer of gases between the eggs. The egg is breathing. The embryo is transferring gases into the environment and also receiving moisture from the environment. It's more of a watertight container than a amphibian egg, but it still needs a little bit of that moisture. So guys, here we go. This is it. This is as simple as we're gonna do it. I like to make a little indentation with my thumb. Okay, just a little indentation there.
It's a small one, that's it.
That's it, man. This is all we're gonna do. And we're gonna take this little egg, we're gonna place it in, just like that. That's it.
That's it? You don't cover it or anything?
I'm not gonna cover it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cover it with this. Because remember, guys, in nature, this egg would be, the female would have dug out a flask-shaped chamber, deposited the egg, and then she makes a cap. There's a little chamber with the egg or 2 eggs. They usually weigh 1 or 2 eggs, this species, because they're small turtles. But there'd be like a little egg chamber, right? And in that little chamber, there'd be the 2 eggs, and then she'd seal it off. And that's it. So there's air
So
at
there
the
is
surface.
an opening where it
Oh
is
yeah, they're not
in
just
nature,
they're not
okay.
just completely covered.
I didn't know if they were,
Yeah.
I thought they were covered the whole
No,
time.
they're not completely just covered. There's a little chamber. So the egg does need to breathe, but that's what we're gonna do, man. We're just gonna put this on like this. Let's see.
How cool is that?
That's
How do
it.
we know,
man.
like, how long do we have to wait?
Well, listen, man, I'd check, and what you can do throughout the incubation process is open this up, let it breathe a little bit, and you know how you have those misters over there, a little
Yeah.
spray bottle? Spray the walls of
Not
the,
directly on
not
the egg?
directly on the egg. Spray the walls, just a quick, quick mist, put this back on. The best case scenario for you that you want to see is little beads of water, condensation developing on the side.
Okay.
And that's fine. Then you know the humidity is good. You just don't want the egg to get messed up. And I would go ahead and put this, I'd put it in that cabinet, man. That's
Really?
it. Yeah. Just
How
check
cool
on
is
it
that?
every couple of days. And in 60 days, hopefully you're going to have a
It's
little baby
amazing
turtle.
because when we found the egg,
Uh-huh.
my wife couldn't believe it. She's like, "Oh my God, there's an egg," and she didn't think they were capable. I'll be
Oh.
honest with you, I didn't think they were capable.
Capable because of their age.
The
Yeah.
size and the age, I just didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So thank goodness though, I was able to call Kenan right away and be like, "What do I do? Is there a chance?" And straight away he told me to put it in some dirt and that he'll be here in a couple days and we'll sort it out.
Yeah,
So
that's it, man.
it's sorted.
It's sorted. We're going to put it away, and I hope you learned a little something. We'll have more videos about it, and you can see right now there's a little condensation developing on the sides, so
sides,
that's what
a
you
little
want. A little bit of condensation developing. And
so judging by this, since I found the egg yesterday or the day before, what would you say time frame of like how often?
you know, if it was laid in the water for 24 hours, you might, I've pulled eggs out of water that I've known have been in there a day,
Yeah.
and I've hatched viable babies.
Okay.
They've developed and they had viable embryos. Because remember, and I've said this before, folks, we know that reptile eggs you don't want to rotate because as they develop, the embryo attaches to the surface of the top of the
Okay.
egg. So if you rotate it, you run the risk of detaching it, and you also run the risk of crushing it with its own yolk. But that being said, it takes about 24 to 48 hours before the embryo develops and attaches itself to the roof of the top of the egg and the orientation it was laid. So that's it, man.
So we got perfect timing. Hopefully.
Perfect timing, dude.
Hopefully,
We're good.
yeah.
We'll see.
I'm excited about this. This is going to be something that's pretty cool for us.
All right, man.
Thanks
First
a lot for
turtle
doing
hatch.
this. Thanks a lot. Really
No worries,
appreciate it.
brother.
So cool.
All right, guys. Talk to you later. Put this away.